What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another holiday reaction, and we're back with another Christmas song. Nay, we're back with the Christmas song. That is to say, we're going to listen to Mel Torme's The Christmas Song, which is given the subtitle Merry Christmas to You. Now, folks who know this channel and who followed my holiday reactions of the last couple of years will be aware that I'm hugely fond of Nat King Cole's performance of this tune, and when I grew up as a kid, that was the definitive version, and will probably always be for me. Which is further to say, even though this is Mel's song, he wrote the tune, and even though this performance is likely to be the iconic classic one for lots of folks, especially, obviously, Mel Torme fans, Nat's version is just perfect to me. The atmosphere of it is perfect, the arrangement is perfect, Nat's rich, like brown sugar type of voice is just absolutely perfect to me. So it will be hard for Mel in his own song to surpass the version I've always known since my youth, and yet I fully understand that this is his tune, so his performance of it is the original rendering. It is the way it was meant to be, so to speak. Nevertheless, I don't imagine it will be too far away from the stylings and the tempo and the feeling of Nat King Cole's version, but ultimately my point is that Nat's version and that entire Nat King Cole compilation I have, along with the Merry Christmas album from Johnny Mathis, those are forever to me what I think of immediately when I think of Christmas music. So personally, I wonder if this one will hit me in the same way that Nat's does, just because I've known that version for so long. But the reality is, this is his song, and ultimately I've loved the tunes we've heard so far in this compilation. I don't know if this one is live, and even if it's not live, I don't know whether this is the original recording Mel did of his tune, or whether this is something that was recorded in a particular setting later on, whether studio or live. Nevertheless, I do want to give a shout out to Kim, not only for sending the Mel Torme and Hollywood compilation, but for the excellent cover, which I've explained before, so I won't run through it again here, but the Mel Torme and Mel Torme are forever linked in my brain. So yes, I enjoy this tune a lot. It speaks to a soft and subtle and very rosy Christmas. Indeed, the opening line is about chestnuts roasting on an open fire, and it makes me think of sitting in front of a cozy fire during Christmas time. It is addressed to another person, though that feels general, meaning it could be specifically about a lover, a partner, a loved one, a family member, but it also feels like it could be to anyone, you, the listener out there. Merry Christmas to you, and I hope your Christmas is as mellow and soft and delightful as the one that the narrator is speaking to. So yes, it's a cozy little song, it's a beautiful song. If there is any stylistic daylight between this and the Nat version, I would maybe expect this to be a bit jazzier, a bit more singer on stage, whereas the Nat version feels like he just cozies up to a piano and gives you his rich voice. So yes, again, a rich voice is what Mel has, certainly a velvety voice, perhaps even more appropriately. So as I said, I don't expect it to be too far away, but if it is different in any meaningful sense, I would think maybe it'll have a bit jazzier of a feel. Let's find out. This is Mel Torme performing his song, The Christmas Song, given the subtitle Merry Christmas to You, included on the Mel Torme in Hollywood compilation.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny little tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. So I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Though it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Love and joy come to you, and to you your carol too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year.
Bassoon? Is there a bassoon in there? And yes,
Christmas song.
yeah, that's what it was. I was going to comment halfway through, I heard some subtle room sounds of people, so I realized it was yet another live performance. And at this point, I'm just going to conclude that these must all be live. And ultimately, I'm trying to remember what... I think Kim talked about that. So, yes, I apologize, Kim. In the moment, I'm forgetting if you mentioned they all were. But as I went into this one, I thought maybe it would be a studio recording. Nevertheless, I love it. It is a slight bit more jazzy, not terribly different. I noticed there's some lyrical differences, small, like Nat just says tiny tots, whereas here we hear tiny little tots. Same difference, as my brother used to say, and ultimately Mathis does a great version of this one as well. So it feels like if you had a great voice back in the 50s or 60s, there's certain songs that you had to perform, including holiday songs. And shout out to Mel for writing a great one that other voices I'm very fond of have performed. And yeah, I love the arrangement. It's a bit less string oriented as the Nat version. It's more like it's soft. There's some piano, of course, so it's not different in that regard, but we hear woodwinds, I think, more prominently here, and the voice is leading everything more clearly, meaning Nat's voice has more going on around it, whereas this, Mel's Velvet Fog, is just out there with very minimal and subtle support. And yes, ultimately, the richness of his voice, the depth of his voice in a couple places comes through very clearly. His vibrato, just very nice and full, if you will. So, yeah, a great and soft and subtle tune, and ultimately, shout out to him for writing it. I think, again, it's just a very sweet and cozy Christmas carol, and ultimately sometimes those kind of carols are old standards that go back at least to the 19th century, but not in this case, so great bit of writing as well. In any case, do let me know what you think. Happy holidays, and I will see you next time. Peace.